Yes, sir. We're back with another episode of From Downtown. Today is April the 23rd, 2024, and as you can see, we are direct in the middle of the fucking bustling streets of downtown Baton Rouge. It's not too loud out this motherfucker, and it's hot though, so I might keep this one kind of short. But I've been trying to hit different spots and locations to be able to record out here and whatnot. So I just want to make sure that everything that we got going so far could be upgraded, or keep moving in the right direction with this shit and just make this shit funner for y'all to watch. But other than that, go ahead and hop into the shit that we have for today. MLB action starts at 5:30. The Guardians are playing the Red Sox, and Tanner Houck is definitely on the mound right now for the Red Sox, and I think that might be a good option for him to go over on his strikeouts tonight. I don't want to do it because of like how good the Guardians lineup is, of course, but I think he can definitely get 5 to 6 strikeouts tonight. Like the last outing he had, he showed me that he's definitely a top 2 or 3 in that rotation. I didn't think that he would be that high. I thought he would be like the 4th or 5th option as a starting rotation. But man, he really proved me wrong from the shit I remember from last year to now. So thinking about how Tanner has improved, it's kind of hard to go against him. I think I want to double check before I say anything crazy, but I think that the Guardians are pitching Blake Lively. Yeah, Blake Lively, and then we have Tanner Houck. I mean, Ben Lively. I'm sorry, I said Blake Lively. I honestly think the Red Sox can win this game. I don't know why. I just feel like even though they aren't at home, they are in a hitter's ballpark as well, and I feel like this game will still go under. A lot of the things that I've seen coming from the Guardians are just the fact that they're a complete team, complete hitters. Definitely trying to figure out if their pitching rotation, like the back end of their pitching rotation, can keep up, or will we have to call up somebody or make a long reliever into a starter by some point. But yeah, I think the Red Sox can keep this game close, and I think Tanner Houck has a big day tonight. Next game that I really want to talk about is, again, the Dodgers at the Nationals. The Nationals are pitching Patrick Corbin. If you remember, last weekend, the fucking what's the word I'm looking for? The series, it was 2-1 for the fucking Nationals. They actually went into LA and beat the fuck out the Dodgers, but they beat the Dodgers, in LA, and which is some shit I don't necessarily think could happen again. Even though that they're going to Washington and they'll be at home, I don't see the Dodgers losing any of these games. I think the way that they were able to get ahead of the Dodgers, I want to say last weekend, was the fact that I feel like a lot of their players were playing out of their fucking minds. Like they were playing otherworldly. I feel like Patrick Corbin tonight can definitely have a big game, but it's like a lefty against anything on that Dodgers lineup, against the Dodgers lineup, is just always bad to me. I don't see any way it could work, because I think James Outman is a switch hitter. I don't want to speak too soon, but it's like James Outman and Freddie Freeman are like your only, and fucking Max Muncy are like your lefties, like lefty matchups, and they aren't easy outs. Like they can definitely smash against lefties as well as they can righties. So I think that tonight we see a good game out of James Paxton. I think we see a complete game out of the Dodgers as a whole. Not necessarily want to go over with the runs tonight, but I do think that they score some runs. But to say that they go over 9 or 10 runs may be kind of wild or outlandish. To kind of believe in the Nationals to put up at least 3 or 4 runs, I think that's kind of wild for tonight. Next game that I want to talk about for tonight is the Braves. Oh no, fuck that game. Let's talk about the Blue Jays at the Royals. Yesterday we picked that game correctly all the way through. Like I told you, the Blue Jays to me are one of the most talented teams in the fucking MLB. So I mean, it's nothing that I've seen yesterday that could make me think that the Royals could figure out a way to win the game, especially when you have Brady Singer on the mound. Like I told you, like Brady Singer would get touched. Like Brady Singer definitely has like a fucking ERA under 1. So I mean under 2. I mean, so like thinking about that, like he has a 1.8 ERA going into the game yesterday. So I think he gave up like 2 or 3 runs, so it might jump up to 2s now. But it's like it's no way that this Blue Jays roster goes out against Michael Walker and fucking not have a great game. the run line right now is at 8.5, and I don't understand that because I think that this is a game where I can see like 10, 11 runs being scored. No, I don't want to speak too soon because Michael Walker last fucking outing was decent. I think he gave up like 2 runs, 3 runs, and he kept the ball, to like the 4th or 5th inning. So, I you know what, I'm dropping my nuts. I definitely think this is an over game. This is a game where you can get 9, 10, 11 runs. I really see it. I just think that we need a few deep balls to go, like a few home runs, and then we'll have shit going from there. But other than that, I mean, I think that game is definitely an over type of game. The last game that I really want to talk about of the night is, of course, our game. The Mets at the Giants at 8-4-6. That is. The Giants are pitching Logan Webb against us, and I feel like we have had a bad outing every time we went up against Logan Webb. The over/under right now is at 6.5 or 7 runs. So I feel like they understand that we're going to play so ass, but I don't think the Giants. Being in a hitter's ballpark, I would definitely not say that 7 is too low of a number to take the under, because that's definitely a great number. I can see the game being 3-0. I can see the game being 2-1. I can see the game being 4-1, 4-2, 4-3. But I mean, I don't see it being 6-3. I don't see it being 6-2. I don't see it being that type of game. I just don't think the Giants put up that many runs, and I know for a fact we don't. We had like a split second of fucking going crazy, and hitting in great ballparks to where batters could really put runs on the board. But I don't think now we can do it today. I think we keep the game close. I would definitely do the plus 1.5 again, because yesterday I feel like was a fluke. We were hitting Kevin Wynn, but I feel like we couldn't manufacture runs, and that's the biggest thing. I feel like that's our biggest difference. And late in the games, we have to figure out a way to manufacture runs, and somehow we can't do it. But I mean, I think tonight we keep it close again. I don't know. I don't want to say we win because I said it yesterday and we lost. So I mean, I say we keep it close, 1.5, 2.5. That little spread plus 2.5. That is, and they just keep it pushing. Next, let's talk about some NBA fucking playoff basketball. So yesterday was a fucking great day of basketball, to be honest. Like, to have those games as a precursor of like the fucking games to come for game 2s, that was amazing. I think the Sixers started that shit off with a blow session pause that only the Sixers and Lakers could ever do. Like, these are the two most teams that I feel like could blow a game, and they did it. They fucking did it. The 76ers had a great chance to do it. I just feel like I don't understand why Kyle Lowry rushed to take the ball out when they're guarding the ball. They're guarding the man taking the ball out. Like, they're guarding you. It's a man directly in front of you. Just don't touch the ball, or call the timeout as soon as you see that. Like, let the fucking ball bounce. Like, don't take it from the ref, or don't fucking run out there so fucking fast to try and get it in, thinking that you're ahead of the Knicks when the play before that was already frantic. Jalen Brunson hitting that 3, but that it falls in, like, that was a frantic play. You should already be ready to call that timeout and calm shit down. Like, that was too much going on. The fucking Knicks were going crazy. Like, the fucking fans were going crazy. Like, just don't delve into the fucking aspect of the chaos. Like, don't add on to the chaos, and that's what they did. I feel like Kyle Lowry could have just took a deep breath. Nigga, just take a breath. Nigga, pause, wait. And then we gonna go ahead and get the ball in. If you can't get it in, call a timeout, and we advance the ball and whatnot, and we have a better chance at winning that game. But it's nothing much that I can say about that game from yesterday. And how the Lakers, I don't have shit to say about the Lakers. I'm really mad that the Lakers blew that game. I'm not a Lakers fan by no stretch of the word, but I am pissed that they blew that fucking game. And I feel like the Nuggets definitely could sweep the fuck out of them. Like, I said it yesterday, but of course the Nuggets can definitely sweep the Lakers right now. I don't see a way that the Lakers could find a way to win this. I don't even see them winning 2 at home. If they win at the Crypto Arena, it would definitely be 1 game. Like, I don't see them winning at home at all, not even close. And I don't even want to talk about last night's game because that was 2 fucking choke sessions. So, going on to tonight, we got the Suns at the Timberwolves. Once again, the Suns are +3 away from home. I think the lines opened up the same way fucking Sunday for them to play as well. So I think a Saturday that was. I think honestly this game is an over game, but I do think that the Suns keep this game closer. The Timberwolves were able to stretch the game out, and I feel like it was really because of people like Nas Reed, like the people on their fucking bench who came out and just had a big fucking game. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I'm not even saying big game. I'm just saying games in which you can rely on your bench to actually do something. Like, because that's the reason I feel like the Sixers also lost. Like, your bench isn't doing shit. You got two of your starting five giving up putting up 70, 75 points, and we can't get nobody else over 10 points. I think tonight that the full all around team for the fucking Suns will show up, meaning Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, Eric Gordon. I think we see two of those guys hit double digits. Definitely Grayson. But I think that, Eric Gordon or Royce O'Neal could definitely scrape that tonight. I feel like they have to find a way to keep Ant moving, keep attacking Ant, and just making it hard for him as a guard to defend and also be on that offensive end as a threat. Other than that, I think that the game, like I said, it stays close, but I don't want to go against the Timberwolves losing. I mean, yeah, the Timberwolves at home. So I think that if I could do anything, I would like push the alternate up instead of having it 3 points. I would definitely put it like 6.5, 7 points, and go from there. Next game that I want to talk about for the NBA is, let's see, the Pacers at the fucking Bucks. The Bucks are definitely looking like the better team right now. I just feel like that first game, how bad can the Pacers continue to shoot? Like, that's all I can say. Like, can they continuously shoot that terribly? Like, that that's a fucking talent to be able to shoot that bad. And I'm not gonna say the game was close. I'm gonna say you keep it in between 10 and 20 points and you shoot fucking 18-20% from the 3-point line. Like, okay, like this is not, it would never work for you, especially when the other team is shooting as well as they were. So the Bucks at the end of the day could definitely win this game again. I think that the home court advantage has definitely been a help for them. I haven't seen a way that Doc could change any of the lineups that he did to make it tougher on the Pacers. Everybody just wasn't hitting shots for the Pacers, and I feel like they started to get it back together in like the third quarter, but it was already too late, even with Dame not deciding to score in the second half. So I think tonight is more of the same thing, but I think it's a more complete game from Dame. I think we still get a 25-20 night out of him, but it's going to be throughout the fourth quarter, so it might be slower. You might see Chris Middleton heat up a little bit. You might see Brook Lopez heat up. You might see Bobby Portis heat up. So I mean, like, you might have to be worried about the others with the Bucks tonight, when you're thinking about points wise. But of course, I do think Dame comes back out there bitching that he hits at least 3 to 4 threes. Like, that 6 was wild, but I think he can do 3 to 4 tonight, and definitely 20 to 25 points. Yeah, and I think the last game of the night is the Mavs and the Clippers. Mavs definitely in the same boat with the Pacers. They shot themselves in the foot early, and I feel like shooting that bad is not something they could do as a team, as a whole, over again. I don't feel like that could happen twice. I think that, Kyrie had 30, Luka had 30. They do that same type of shit again tonight, but the others step up. Like I'm saying, like for the Pacers, the others have to find a way to step up and just be valuable for their team. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. You have to be valuable for your team. You cannot go out there, bitch, and just say I'm a lock up, or you have to. It's like, nigga, we have 2 points. Like, as a bench, as a whole, like the bench has 2 points, and you have done nothing to attack or to make the other team have to guard you, or to make the other team make a decision on you or the star. So I think tonight we see a lot from the others, and that's in every game. We see a lot from bench players, because I think that has been a glaring discrepancy between teams. Like, if your bench can score, you're definitely getting your ass whooped in the playoffs. Like, they are not playing that shit in the playoffs. But that's the last game of the night. And before I get to like the NFL shit, the mock draft shit that I want to do, I just want to go ahead and thank everybody who made it this far, who actually watches and participates in the shit a nigga put on the Instagram and whatnot. But other than that, I think the way we can do it is I'll tell you my top 10 for a mock draft, like through our mock drafts I did a mock draft simulator, but I think for a fact, moving closer towards draft day, my mock draft will change. Hopefully, some of my friends send in some of their mock drafts as well too, so I can talk about those. But starting it off, I got the Bears at 1 taking Caleb Williams. At 2, I have the Redskins. I have the Commanders at 2 taking Jaden Daniels, and at 3 I have the Patriots taking Drake May. I'm really just thinking about geographic location right here. It might be racist, but geographic location is geographic location. I think in New England, Boston area, Massachusetts, Drake May would be a great quarterback for the Patriots, and in Washington, in the DC area, Jaden Daniels would be a great quarterback for that city. So I definitely could change that. That definitely can go either way. I think Drake May is the better quarterback, but like I said, fit for geographic location and everything else, I feel like that's how it's going to play out. Number 4, I have the Cardinals not trading away, but taking Malik Neighbors at 4, and then at 5 I have the Chargers taking Marvin Harrison right off the better back. Next I have Joe Alt, the tackle, going to 6 at the Giants. I just feel like they need somebody to protect, I guess, their investment in Daniel Jones. A lot of the other things that we have, other than, I guess, the Giants taking a tackle, I feel like I took a tackle. I took the Giants to take a tackle, or the Chargers. It could be either or 5 or 6 with a tackle leaving. I feel like Joe Alt is a reason to go in the top 5, top 10, to get a true tackle. Like, I'm just saying that the Chargers should be looking for a weapon. They've got rid of most of their weapons in this past offseason. So, I mean, I wouldn't want to take a tackle there for them. But, I mean, it's a deep draft. So, I mean, anything can happen. Next at 7, I have Rome Odunze going to the Titans. In need of a fucking wide receiver. I just think that it has to happen that way. Next up is 8. We have that pick, the Falcons, that is. I have Dallas Turner here, and that's solely off the fact that I feel like we need an edge rusher. But I wouldn't be surprised to take Byron Murphy, like an interior defender, to go alongside Grady Jarrett, especially with Raheem stepping up and being the coach now. So, I mean, like, defensive-minded coach, defensive-minded team. I think that Byron Murphy could be a fit, as well as Dallas Turner or Layatatu Latu, whatever his name is, Layatatu Latu. I wouldn't be surprised at any one of those picks for us at 8. And I wouldn't be surprised if we move back and damn near trade our pick away and just let it go. At 9, I have the Bears taking Byron Murphy. Like I said, it's either or right there. Byron Murphy is definitely a top 10 pick. And I don't think that's by a stretch by any of the words, but I think that the next pick might be kind of fried, which is the Jets taking Brock Bowers at 10. I'm thinking they just need a little bit more as a threat on the offensive side, just to help out Aaron Rodgers, especially coming off of the injury he just came off of. So, give him Brock Bowers there. I could say if Joe Alt was still on the board there, it could be Alt, but I don't think they really need any more offensive line presence to protect Aaron Rodgers right now. A lot of the things that the Jets had a bad thing with was quarterback, and like, you're not going to get a quarterback. You have your quarterback of probably the next 2 years. So I think even though he's old, he's still going to do enough. Like, I still would rather Aaron Rodgers than a lot of other quarterbacks in the league. Not necessarily Kirk Cousins, but a lot of other quarterbacks in the league. Definitely, I can see the Jets being more of a contender with a true quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. But other than that, that's my top 10 for the mock draft for the Thursday night NFL draft. First round, we would probably do some dumbass shit for the first round as well as keep y'all up to date with the picks as they go on. But it's not too much more other than that I have to talk about today. And tomorrow we'll do the rest of the first round of the mock draft and keep that shit pushing. But see you guys then.